Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to descale the Keurig K Supreme Plus Smart Coffee Maker with distilled white vinegar. You can use just regular white vinegar, but today I'm going to be using distilled white vinegar from Walmart. This is $1.50 for 64 fluid ounces. So this is the new smart one that connects to the Wi-Fi. It's model number K29. The procedure I'm going to be following is in the use and care guide. You got to go online to print that. This is what comes with the brewer, and it's not the quick start guide comes with the brewer. It's not in there. So we'll be following this procedure. It's called descaling your brewer. So you may be wondering why I've got two K Supreme Plus smart coffee makers here. Well, this is to show you. This one recently was updated. The software was updated overnight because I've got it connected to Wi-Fi for the brew ID. This one has not updated yet, and I want to show you the difference. With the update, I can manually go in here and descale it now in the menu. With the old version, I had to wait till the descale notification came on. So there'll be like a little shower head up in this top left-hand corner, and it'll tell you it's time to descale. Then you can descale this one. And I've got a video on that. It didn't go very well. Hopefully this one's going to go a lot better. But now I can manually just descale it even though my notification's not on. Okay, so let's go into the menu mode. And if I cycle through the menu, this is the one without the update. I don't see any descale where I can manually descale it. On this one with the update, right after Wi-Fi, it's got descale mode. Descaling, I can press K to begin and enter descale mode. So I just press the two arrows. That gets me into the menu and then just cycle over to the right. This is the update. You have to have version 1.4.2-RC4-4. Over here, I've got 1.2-.0-RC8-18. So this one, I cannot go into descale mode. I have to wait until the brewer tells me. On this one, I can go into descale mode manually. And that's what I'm going to be doing here today. So if your brewer is not connected to Wi-Fi, you're not going to get this update. So without the update, you'll have to wait for the notification to come on. After 250 brews, whether it's dirty on the inside or not, it's going to light the descale light to let you know that, hey, you've got too many brews and it's time to descale it. Now, the only way to get that descale notification to go off, you have to put the machine into descale mode. The old way of just running vinegar through it, cleaning the inside with vinegar or descaling solution doesn't work on these new Keurigs. You have to put it in the mode. You have to run the mode from start to finish without interruption. It's very critical that you don't interrupt the descaling mode because then it will not turn the light off at the end. So you have to give yourself about an hour to do this start to finish. So I'm going to do another video on how to descale it with the Keurig descaling solution. These are two different solutions. This is vinegar. This is more of citric acid based. This has less smell to it. This one does smell a little bit, but this one is about between $7 and $12, and this one's pretty cheap. Okay, you're going to need a container that holds at least about 12 ounces, and the water coming out is going to be really hot. First thing, if you've got take your filter out. We don't want, that's a carbon water filter. We're going to be putting vinegar in this in a little bit. We don't want the carbon filter out. That's going to stay out for the duration. And if you've got a K-cup in here, just take the K-cup out, but you do need this lower basket in. And just close the handle. Okay, so if you don't see the notification up here, just hit these two arrows at the same time and you enter the menu mode. Now these arrows are lit up now. We're going to go next. That's Wi-Fi. If you want to change the Wi-Fi settings, descale mode. Press K to begin. I got to move the arrow, confirm. Yes, and then hit the K button. If using a water filter, please remove it before beginning. So I got to continue, that's a step. Which Keurig descaling solution are you going to be using? The 2-ounce pouch or the 14-ounce bottle? I'm not going to be using the 14-ounce bottle. I'm going to be using 14 ounces of vinegar. Okay, so I've got my 14 ounces poured into this container. I'm going to hit next. Empty the water reservoir. And then we're going to pour the descaling solution in. So whatever water I've got in here, I'm going to go empty that out and start with an empty water tank. Okay, I've got my water tank empty. I've got my 14 ounces of pure vinegar. I'm going to pour it in here. Now, if you read it, it says, fill the empty bottle with water and pour into the reservoir. So I'm going to pour in another 14 ounces of just pure water. So I did 14 ounces of vinegar, and now I'm going to do 14 ounces of water. And so 14 ounces is almost 2 cups. So now you've got a 1-to-1 ratio. That's all the solution and water we're going to put in there right up to that point right there. That's a 50-50, 1-to-1. Okay, I've got my container underneath here. Let's hit continue. Ensure no pot is in the chamber and a mug is that can hold 12 ounces is in there. Hit continue. Descale mode hot water. Okay, so the big K is flashing. The 12 is lit up. Press the big K button. Descaling mode dispensing hot water. So be careful, that water coming out is really hot. It takes a little bit to run up. It takes a little bit to run up to 12 ounces. Okay, so it doesn't tell me, but now I've got to take this, make sure I empty this. It stopped. Empty it. Put it back, and I got to hit this K button again. So it's kind of self-explanatory because it's flashing. Now it says dispensing hot water. We're going to keep doing this until it brews all that water through there, water and vinegar through there. Now what happened on my last one is it got down so low and it didn't sense that the add water light didn't come on to tell it to go into the rinse cycle. If that happens, start your descale process over. Unplug it and go do it again. Okay, so it should go into... Now see, it's not working right. I don't want to run the brewer dry. It's telling me to do another brew. I'm not going to do that. I've done this in the past. You can ruin your machine by doing this. It should have sensed that that's not enough water. If you check out my other video, it will run that dry. So I'm actually glad it happened. It's probably going to happen to you too. So if you get to this point, don't press the K button again. I'm going to empty that. I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to unplug it and restart it all over again. So I'm just going to come over here, unplug it. Okay, I've got it plugged back in. I've got to start over, but now this time I can just use water. So I've ran the vinegar or the descaling solution through the machine. I just wanted the logic inside here to transfer to the fresh water rinse. So I'm going to dump that out and add 2 14 ounces of water. Okay, this is just 14 ounces of water. I'm going to add it. Then I'm going to fill it up again to 14 ounces. Okay, I've got another 14 ounces of water. So now we're running just water through it. That's okay, because we've got to get the logic out of here. We've got to run that descale mode completely all the way through. Put it back on. Okay, so now let's go back into the menu, descale mode. Press K to begin. Scroll over yes. I've got the water filter removed. I'm using the 14-ounce bottle. Yes. Yep, the brew chamber is empty. It says descale hot water. The K's flashing. Hit the K button. And don't forget to put your container back underneath there. So this exact thing, I've got another K Supreme Plus Smart brewer you saw in the beginning of the video. It happened to that one too. This exact same thing happened. It got down below and it said it wanted me to do another brew. It wanted me to do another brew, and then it runs it dry, which is really bad for Keurigs. You don't ever want to run the tank dry and do a brew. Normally the add water light comes on and it won't let you. But when you're in descaling mode, it has to sense that add water, and then it changes over to the rinse cycle. So I will tell you, if it runs dry and you do get some smoke or steam out of here, call Keurig. They're going to have to give you a new one because the descale mode did not work properly. Once these things go bad, if you plug it in and you don't have any screen or nothing, there's a thermostat that opens up. There's no way of replacing it. The machine is dead. You have to call Keurig. They should send you a new one. Okay, so I'm just going to empty this one. The let's put it down here. Let's run it again. After this one, remember, we should get a sense that the water is low. Okay, so we got really low in the tank. Let's see what it says. Yes, it worked this time. Now it says rinse reservoir and fill it to the max line with fresh water. Brew 12 ounces of hot water, repeat until reservoirs. We did not see this on the last step. If you don't see this, do not continue. You will possibly ruin your brewer. Unplug it, just start the descale process over like I saw. Awesome. So now let's just do what it says. It says, we're going to empty that out, and you might have some vinegar in here, so we are going to kind of wash that out, get that all nice and clean. Okay, so it is okay to remove the reservoir, take it over to your sink, clean it up, fill it up. Now it's got fresh water to the max line. And again, don't lift the handle, don't disturb it. Now I can hit continue. But then it lights the K light. I got to press the K button. Now these are called freshwater rinses. And we're going to be doing a bunch of these until it will come out of descale mode automatically. And when it comes out of descale mode, your descale notification should go away. So in the manual it says it will finally should say descale complete. Now the brewer is ready for use. Okay, so there's the first one. We're not done yet. We got to do a bunch of these. Empty that and just press the K button again. I think we have to do 3 or 4 of these freshwater rinses until it says complete. Okay, that's the end of the second one. Okay, so the Keurig is resetting. I didn't do anything, so it's done. We never saw descale complete. I was watching it the entire time. It just recycled power, looks like. But your descale notification should have went away up in the top left-hand corner. Because now I'm back to normal. So basically, you do 2 freshwater rinses, and then it's done. Personally, I would probably do a few more. I would open this up just to make sure all of that's out. I would just do some 12 ounce, some brews with no cake up in here. These are just freshwater rinses. I'd do about 2 more of these just to make sure. So check out my next video. I'm going to show you how to descale with the Keurig descaling solution. I do prefer this one a little bit better, but it seems like I always have vinegar on hand. I don't always have this. And again, the only way to get that notification to go away is to put it in descale mode, run descale mode all the way through. If it hiccups in the middle, you've got to unplug it and start all over again. Thanks everybody for watching. If you could, please like and subscribe.